Good morning from Scotland.
Good morning.
This is day 3 of our 4-day trip around the west coast of beautiful Scotland.
Stunning Scotland.
If you haven't seen our videos yet from day 1 and 2, we started out in Edinburgh. Yesterday we saw puffins and marveled at Fingal's Cave. We'll link those down below. And today we are about to board a ferry. We are going to Iona to do some exploring there. And this morning we started out in Tobermory, so we got one last look this morning of the beautiful colored buildings there and the sailboats, and then made our way through some absolutely gorgeous Highland countryside, including sighting some Highland cows with the long hair who are so cute.
So cute.
What do you make of the Highland cow?
I've never seen a Highland cow before.
Me either.
They are so cute.
They are so cute.
Their long hair,
yeah,
blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
So we are literally boarding the ferry right now, and we'll see you in Iona.
Don't you just love a ferry ride?
I really do.
There's just something about it.
We are so spoiled with this Highland Explorer tour because we're taking a bunch of ferries, and I could really get used to this.
I can too.
Just island hopping on the Scottish west coast, needing to get on a ferry to get around.
I just love being out on the water.
Me too. Let's go. We've arrived in Iona, and immediately I was pulled towards the post office because I saw maybe the sweetest post office sign I've ever seen, all covered in ivy, and had to, of course, go and investigate. And I feel like it's probably the most charming post office I've ever seen. And now we are headed towards what's been called the birthplace of Christianity in Scotland. It's known as one of the most important Christian religious sites in all of Western Europe. So that's where we're headed now. We're making our way to the Abbey, and we've just walked up from the village in Iona and come across this nunnery, which is another really important religious site. This was the realm of women. It was a nunnery founded around the year 1200, and it flourished as a nunnery for around 350 years. It's a ruin now, as you can see, but you can still make out walls and see where windows were, and it really gives you a great sense of what it must have been like when these women were living here when it was a nunnery. Get thee to a nunnery. Well, I have. In Scotland.
Here we are.
This is Iona Abbey, the gem of Iona. Iona means thin place, and the fine veil separating heaven and earth. And this is where St. Columba first arrived back in 563, not to this building, but to this place. And he established an abbey that flourished despite many, many Viking raids. And not much of his original monastery still remains. What we see today here is reconstruction of what the abbey would have looked like in the 1200s. We're inside the Abbey now, and when you first walk in, I was struck by how quiet it was, very peaceful. Everyone's just being silent as they're walking around. And we've come across this memorial to the Duke and Duchess of Argyll, and we're in Argyll and Bute now, which is the ancestral seat of the Duke of Argyll. And it's a memorial to them because they gave the ruined abbey, when it was still ruins, over to a trust that then restored it to what we see today. So in gratitude, this is the memorial to them inside the abbey. This is a stone with an interesting story. Around 1870, there was a local man who, when he was pushing his cart outside, kept getting the wheel caught on something, so eventually he decided to dig it up and he found this stone. And people got really excited because they thought it was maybe the pillow, the stone pillow that Columba had used, which later marked his grave. And now they think that it's not his pillow and that it was likely a grave marker from about 200 years after he died. So still very, very old, but not his actual stone pillow. This well in front of the abbey was very likely here during Columba's time. The wellhead is modern, but the well itself, and there's reason to believe that the well is actually older than Columba's time and was used in pagan rituals and then absorbed into the Christian practice when he arrived. When Columba died in 597, they built a little shrine which is beside the abbey, and you can see, and it's where he's buried. And what I find so interesting is that this cross right out front is because shortly after they built this shrine, they put up a cross right out in front, and it didn't last very long. And when they rebuilt the cross, they added a ring, which was the first Celtic cross. We're in the Abbey Museum where they keep the artifacts that are so precious that they need to be more protected. And behind me is the St. John's Cross that would have been standing at one time outside of the burial place of Columba, that shrine that we saw beside the Abbey. So this is the original, or what's left of it, and this is the one that they think may be the first cross with a ring, or the first Celtic cross. Around the year 800, the Book of Kells, which is quite famous, was written here in Iona over the course of many years. And it's remarkable. They used a lot of different techniques to extract pigment from minerals and plants. And it took a very long time, and it was very intricate with lots of details. But because of all of the pesky Viking raids that kept happening, they took the book to Ireland, and since then it's been associated with the monastery there. And for a long time, scholars believed that it was actually written in Ireland, but now it's accepted that it was written here on Iona. So this is a copy here that they have of the Book of Kells. This to me is actually the most fascinating structure here on Iona. Oh, a bird just flew in. Oh, how magical. Because this is the oldest structure that survives. This was built around the 1100s. It's the burial place of the lords, the MacDonald Lords of the Isles. It's called St. Oran's Chapel, and when you walk in, they've got candles burning there, and I was just hit with the smell of smoke and fire, and it's a smell that has never changed over the centuries. It just feels really fitting in a building like this to have that sense impacted as well, and you really feel how old, how long this place has been standing here on Iona.
Just an unbelievable amount of history here.
Yeah.
My mind cannot comprehend these years.
I know, so much history has passed here, and we're also Icelandic, and so I find it extra interesting to hear about the Viking history.
Yes.
And the awful Viking raids that continued to happen here at the Abbey. The worst raid, 68 monks were slaughtered by the Vikings because they were here to plunder for, valuables and relics and whatever they wanted really to take with them.
Absolutely brutal.
And it might seem like Iona would be a remote place, especially then, but actually the water here was a sea road, and it was very busy, and it gave the Vikings easy access to come, and come they did. windy.
It is windy.
These Scottish Isles.
We are really
Windy.
getting a taste of the Scottish weather here.
We just left the Abbey and talking about how interesting it is to think back on all those years of history and how it fits into other parts of history like the Vikings and the history of Christianity and Scotland. And I don't think I said, but that reconstruction was started in 1938. There was one man who I think spearheaded it, and now it's a community that keeps it going now as a place for people to visit. And with the exception, of course, of that St. Oran's Chapel, which dates back to the 1100s. And it's a beautiful day. I actually love the wind.
I love this weather.
I do too. This is my kind of weather. And we're making our way up past the Abbey now to a beach. So
Maybe we'll get a suntan.
I hope not.
Probably not.
Past the SPF. Got our first glimpse of the turquoise, very Caribbean looking water over there. Wow.
I did not expect to see that here.
Oh my goodness. Look how white the sand is.
Yeah. This is crazy.
And really fine.
Yeah, very soft.
You can see the many pockets of turquoise colored water here. It really has that Caribbean feel.
It really does.
And I just think it's extra interesting because not far from here is Lunga, where we were yesterday with the puffins. And when we walked onto the beach there, it's black volcanic rock. And so to be this close to that environment and find this really fine white sand, so interesting.
We should tell the puffins to come here instead.
I think they're good where they are.
Yeah, I think they're pretty happy.
There's some dried seaweed here, and when I walk across it, it reminds me of the sound of walking on leaves in the fall in Canada. Walking through the field of sheep to get here, I mean, I think you expect to find white sheep in Scotland, but not a white sand beach.
Definitely not.
So this is a really amazing surprise with that turquoise water, the fresh breeze, and the smell of that sea air hitting your face. There is nothing like it. This is absolutely gorgeous. I wish we had more time to just have a picnic, lay on a towel. We didn't bring our swimming costumes or snorkels.
We could have done
I'm
that
calling
too.
them swimming costumes now. But wow, the kind of place that you just want to spend all day relaxing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to leave the beach. And I feel like of all the sheep that we see around Scotland, those ones have it made. And they don't even know it. These are sheep who have a white sand beach with turquoise waters in Scotland. These sheep are living life. They don't even know how good they have it, these sheep.
They don't even have to go to the Bahamas.
Oh, Lord. They might have to go a little further for jokes like that.
We're running.
Sorry. I thought we were early.
It's unclear if we caught an earlier ferry or if we're right on time.
Well, I was waiting at the top of the ferry terminal thinking we had another 6 minutes, and then they started putting up the door.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, are we supposed to be on that?
Catch that ferry.
And then they started waving like this.
Yeah.
So I'm making a run for it with this whole boat full of people watching, and we're those people running for the boat. Oh well. So we're either early or late with this ferry.
At least we know we'll be getting back to the other side.
The posting says there are no official times. It just says that the ferry runs frequently. So
right.
At least we're on the ferry.
We're on. That's the key.
But sad to leave Iona.
It is.
Continuing our ferry hopping today. If you can believe, we're on our third ferry of the day. And after arriving back on the Isle of Mull, when we left Iona, we drove through more of that spectacular Highlands countryside. And then we got to the ferry that we're on now, which was taking us from the Isle of Mull back to the mainland. We did have time for a cheeky little Scottish ice cream break as we were waiting to board the ferry.
There's always time for a cheeky ice cream break.
And if not, just make one.
Yeah.
So we tried the Mackey's honeycomb ice cream, which was really nice and creamy. So now we're on this ferry and we are making our way back to the Scottish mainland along this western coast here.
So when we were in the snack shop, I found this Mrs. Tilly's famous Scottish tablet. So it's hilarious when you read the ingredients here. Scottish tablet consists of sugar, whole milk, salted butter, sweetened condensed milk, and glucose syrup. It's basically pure sugar. It's going to be delicious. And I believe
your exact words were, "That's exactly what I want right now."
That's exactly what I want and need right now.
After saying it's pure sugar.
Yeah. I've never had tablet before, so let's see what it even looks like.
I think tablets are what they call like medication in the UK, isn't it?
I think so.
So maybe
this looks like Scottish medication.
This is a form of self-medicating.
Whoa. Yeah, it's basically pure sugar. And I love it.
Oh, whoa. I see what you mean. But it reminds me a little of fudge. Not quite fudge, but a little bit similar. Wow. That is sweet. Scottish rock fuel. Oh, wow. Look at this view. Oh my goodness. You can see where we just came in on the ferry. We've de-ferried for the day after 3 ferries, and we've made our way back to the Scottish mainland. We're staying in Oban tonight, and we've checked into our gorgeous hotel. It has so many really unique details. I love the tartan carpet. I think that was the first thing I noticed here at the Alltavona, and there's some really nice stained glass on the staircase as we made our way up to our room.
I also love the funky room in the front with a really fun tropical motif on the wallpaper.
Yeah, great wallpaper. And speaking of, our room has kind of a thistle theme because we're in Scotland, so it has thistle wallpaper. There's thistle details on the bedspread, and I mean, this room is gorgeous in many ways. I love the chandelier, but it's all about the window looking out onto the water where we just came in on the ferry. And it's funny, as we've been sitting here, we just watched the ferry go back the other way, making its way back to Mull. So the ferry's already back to work. We've had just another incredible day here in Scotland, starting out in Tobermory this morning. And actually last night, there was an incredible sunset we could see from our hotel room. It was all afire with pink and orange and these hues across the sky and a rainbow at sunset. I don't think I've ever seen a pink rainbow sunset before.
Never before. And I think the people in the pub were also impressed because they all started to come out and look up at the sky as well.
Because we're so far north, the sun doesn't go down until really late at night. And by the time the last, bit of the sun goes away, it's basically 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So to look out at, that hour and see the sunset lit up with pink and then a rainbow was an incredible way to end the day and also have that last night in Tobermory. So anyway, started in Tobermory and then of course spent the day exploring the Isle of Iona today. I really love that post office. I'm telling you, there's something about that post office.
I could not tear you away from that post office.
I'm not gonna forget it, I'm telling you. And the ruins of the nunnery dating back to the 1200s, of course the Abbey, Iona Abbey, with its long history. And then seeing that white sand beach with the turquoise water. I love that you left your mark there.
I did.
Your little love letter to Scotland written in the sand.
I mean every letter. And I love those cows. I can't get over those cows.
The Highland cows were a
so
definite
cute.
highlight. And honestly, just driving through the Highlands is a highlight in itself because it's so beautiful with the mountains covered in green and the different views of the water as we're driving around. It's so rewarding. So I love that as well. It's been just an unforgettable day. We hope that you guys have enjoyed today as much as we clearly have. If you did, then please give this video a like. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We really appreciate your support. And we also post lots more over on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So you can go follow us there for lots more. I literally just put the kettle on because I want to have a cup of decaf coffee and immediately start to enjoy this view. It's like a big screen TV.
It is.
And I plan to watch
With
this.
the best view ever.
We're not changing the channel the whole
Oh, no.
time we're in Oban. This is the channel.
This is it.
So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. We're also going to link the 2 videos from the first days of our tour. We started in Edinburgh. We saw puffins. We saw Fingal's Cave. So I will link those videos below and make sure that you come back tomorrow for day 4, our final tour around the west coast of Scotland. So we'll go have our coffee. Thank you guys so much for watching and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.